Hey, it's Saturday night and we're live. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for the what are we 17th edition of Making It Up as we go. I don't know. We'll make it up. We're gonna say it's 17th because that's what I think I remember. Yeah, it is. So all right, let's bring everybody in here. First, we got Mr. Sean. How you doing, sir?
Good evening, everyone.
And we also have Mr. Corliss.
Good evening, everyone.
How we doing? Looks like a bunch of people are starting to fill into the chat now. Hello, everybody.
Yeah.
So, no other Paul, alternate Paul this week. He had some family stuff to do, so good luck with that, Paul, and have fun. We'll see you maybe next week. But yeah, let's get into it and see what we got. Mr. Corliss, you've been working on some stuff, I'm hearing.
I have. I've been working on my Gatton Christmas Challenge project.
Ooh.
And the only reason I'm doing it early is because I'm such a procrastinator that if I don't get it done, I won't do it. So I'm working on it. I'm going to have it done ahead of time. And it's not going well, but it's going.
Well, there's 47 days until the start of the Gatton Christmas Challenge. So,
yep.
And only 202 to get the album cover ready for Makers Rock. So
be there or be square.
Yeah. So it's a really good time to be starting on your Christmas challenge. It really is, because then you can post it early and you can get lots of views on it. So good for you, sir. Yeah. So can you give us a hint? What materials are you using?
I am using MDF, and I started using it on the laser, and I found out that a 10-watt laser will not cut through 1/4-inch MDF. And so I changed it, and now I'm cutting it out on my CNC. But then I had to modify everything to cut on either outside the line or inside the line and work all that out. But I'm cutting it on the laser. I'm using a 1/8-inch down cutting bit. And so far, except for a few goof ups, it's working pretty good. The good stuff's coming out good. The bad stuff is awful.
At least there's the yin and yang to the whole project.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cool deal. Well, speaking of the Gatton Christmas Challenge, while that subject was up, we do have 47 days, like I said, and then we have a couple of our sponsors already. We got Hamilton Dilbeck is going to be doing some prize pack from CNCelator.com. And then also we got Mr. Cody with Cadence Manufacturing and Design, and he's going to be hooking us up with some bits. We got some other ones that are, they're so close I just can't say it yet. So hang in there, and stuff's coming. So it's going to be a fun one. Definitely going to be a fun one. Mr. Sean, what about you, sir? What have you been working on?
Not a lot this week. Just the basics. Keeping busy cutting.
Yeah.
I did. You know what? I threw something up to share.
Oh yeah.
Love acrylic. Acrylic cut so nice.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Little acrylic boxes that literally just lock together. That's for a friend's project.
Oh, okay.
It turned out really nice. Really good. It's basic. Like, I shouldn't say acrylic. But other than that, just the basics. Now, I'm sorry?
What's it for? Is it some electronics thing?
Yes. Most likely it'll be like for arcade, for gaming.
Oh, okay.
It'll house a Uno of some sort. I'm not exactly for sure on this one.
Gotcha.
But I'll tell you what, my daughter, she has been busier.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. There we go. She's gone to town with that printer. And I went to grab some of her prints, find out she doesn't have them. She's a little entrepreneur. But
Nice.
I did come across this. This is fun. It's Halloweeny, I guess. There we go.
Blow you up there.
Horse's skull. And the cool part, it is literally she's just having a blast. I'm having a blast doing this stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
2 color printing on an Ender 3. That's pretty awesome.
Yep. Dude, what surprised me is she's like, well, Dad, I already know how to do that. I can pause it and then change the filament and go from there. I'm like, all right, sweet. I kind of felt left out that it wasn't me that showed her that move. But she's paying attention.
That's awesome.
And then for Halloween, she's doing these little guys.
Nice. Very cool.
Those are cool.
I'm proud of that, though.
Very nice.
That's about it. And what have you been up to, sir?
Not a whole lot that I can show yet. But
No teasers?
no, there's no teaser even. But this week's just been kind of crazy. Finally got this solar project wrapped up. That every ounce of it was just a nightmare. Like every step of the way, it was just painful. And finally got that thing wrapped up, and now we're just about jumping right into Christmas light season. So it's going to get busy here pretty quick. But well, we've been actually printing quite a bit. I've been helping my son with the Anycubic Cobra 2 that he got last weekend. And we did get that thing, got it up and moving, and he's been printing all kinds of crap out. He's actually got some friends at school that want stuff. So it's pretty cool. There was here Mr. Thompson's asking about what he's been making on there. There was I don't have anything up here that he was doing. But there was a couple things on the SD card. There was like a articulated bear. He gave that to his grandmother. It was like a teddy bear type thing. And then there's a unicorn one that was on there, and he has that. It's actually downstairs. And then after that, there was like a bust of a cyborg thing. I don't know. It was pretty cool looking. It was pretty intricate. And then after that, his aunt asked for. They have something called a sip, some kind of like flavor thing for some sort of drink. I don't know, but I guess it has like this cartridge that goes down into it. The failed print is here. We had a failure. Only failure so far. But like it sits like in this little tray, and these little things sit on top. And so she ordered 2 of them from him. So he printed those out, and those were being delivered tomorrow, I think. So he's doing pretty good. It's pretty fun. It's an interesting little machine. I mean, it's fast for what it is. I mean, it's a whole lot faster than the old Ender 3, which is unfortunately right at the moment sitting right here on the floor next to me.
That's sacrilege.
It'll be retaking its proper place here probably tomorrow, because my son wants to move that one down to his room, and so it'll be pretty good. It's a good machine, and it's going to get faster here as soon as we update the firmware on it, because it'll do 150 millimeters a second. And when you updo the firmware to the latest one, they say you can print reliably at reliably at 200 millimeters a second. So comparing that to the
That's
45
flying.
that I'm running on the Ender 3, that's pretty lightning fast. And the prints are coming out even at the 150 millimeters a second. They're coming out really nice. I cannot complain at all about it. So he's having a blast with it. We ordered him some filament. The goose. I should have brought up the goose. At the ERF last week, somebody had at the Overture filament booth. They had something called the Entitled Goose. It's some kind of a video game where this goose, I don't know. I don't know if it walks around and picks stuff up or something. I don't know. But anyway, they printed a huge one out, and he wanted to do that. So we found the model, found the model on the on Thingiverse and printed it out at 200% scale. So it stands about like that tall, about a foot tall, and it's pretty good. Kenneth, it's the Anycubic Cobra 2 is what that one is. So it's we're going to do a little review video on it here pretty soon, and probably in the next couple of weeks after we get some more hours on it and see. There's some things I like about it and some things I don't like about it. So can't complain too much because it was given to my son. But well, I can complain as much as I want because I didn't pay for it. But I don't have anybody I have to answer to either, so I can say whatever the hell I want about it. It's pretty good. But yeah,
You can speak
overall,
truthfully
though,
without worrying about it.
yeah, it's you don't have to worry about making somebody angry. But it's pretty good so far. Overall, it's good. So we're having fun. We look at
Yeah, my computer's doing freaky things.
Oh, you're glitching now. That's all good. So let's see here. Let's see there. All right. So well, let's get moving here and we can start talking about some stuff. I thought this week from that 3D printing ERF thing that I went to last week, which evidently they're changing the name of it next year. So it's not going to be ERF. ERF is a weird name for that thing. But I mean, I
You
get
won't
it.
forget it, though.
It's for East Coast Rep Rap Festival, whatever. But I think it's like Printopolis or something like that. 3D Printopolis or something. Somewhere around that neighborhood is what they're going to call it next year. But pretty good. But I thought it'd be a good night to go through some of the stuff that I was seeing there in a little bit more detail, and some of the highlights I think that we saw while we were there. So we'll jump into her here. The first thing I wanted to talk about was this company called Boxify. Well, it's not Boxify. It's VAT Engineering is the company, and they have an enclosure for 3D printing called Boxify. So here was their booth at the at ERF, and it's a pretty nice modular design. You can see there you can even stack them and stuff like that. Let's see here. Here's what it looks like with just a small
cool
printer in there, like that's a Prusa Mini inside the box. And you can also put bigger printers in there. There's the i3 in there. And talking to the guys, they're really nice. They actually have a Kickstarter going on that started last weekend for it. Judging by the backers and all that so far, I don't know. They got 53 days to go, so hopefully they make it. From seeing some of our friends with their Kickstarters go crazy, this one's not really going crazy yet. So but it does seem like it's a nice. It looked like a very well made enclosure, and look, it's $199. So it's not too badly priced.
No.
So the one thing that they were handing out there at Earth was this little guy, and so what this is, there's the corner. So if you look here, we'll look at this. If you look at the corners, you see the triangles at the top and bottom, and they're
I'm assuming they're 3D printed.
yeah. I guess all the corners and stuff are all 3D printed. But if you see the corners there, you can see the little triangles. There's a triangle. So the what's interesting about it was, let's see here, how does it go? Well, now I'm saying it's interesting, and I'm going to break it. So they mean for it to be open source as far as in these corners are concerned. So this is the part that was there up in the corner, which now I'm thinking about it, it's upside down. So they have the print on there upside down compared to what's actually on the machine. So they have the triangle facing down on the machine, but not on this little guy. But anyway, it's kind of neat. Like they intend for those corners and stuff like that to be able to run cords through, or to be able to do camera mounts or whatever else you want to do. But it's kind of cool how it's all set up, because you see you got this corner piece, and it's got little ridges and stuff in there. And so basically all you're doing is you put it in crooked in there, and then you rotate it, and it locks itself into place. So it's a pretty neat design on that. And it was kind of cool that they were handing out these little guys there at the show. But you pop them out and put other crap in there if you want to, or you can customize it and just print out different triangles,
change your colors,
and make it different colors if you want, or something like that. So that's pretty cool. The some issues I think they're going to run into. Go ahead.
Yeah, here's how when I look at it, it's a really cool design, and the simplicity of it is kind of neat. But then as a maker, I'm sitting there going, "Oh, I could do that."
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of people are like that, but
not everyone. I mean, not everyone has the equipment that we have.
True. The some of the thoughts on and all that they went into was kind of neat. Like if you see here on this one, you can see the little box in the background. See, it's like not quite cut out back there. Yeah. Well, that they did that specifically because some of the printers, like the i3, have a piece that pops out back there. So you could still use without that pop out there, you couldn't put that printer in that box. It would have to have been deeper and stuff like that.
No, that's like
so it's pretty good thought processes on them. And my concern about them doing well on this Kickstarter is that nobody has one. Like they don't even have a YouTube video showing, hey, here, like when we see a lot of these Kickstarters and stuff, everybody's got YouTube videos on it. They're putting them in there about how easy it is to put one together or to use, or whatever the case may be.
The benefit.
Showing, like this thing has some pretty cool design thoughts on it, like stuff that's on their website that you can see, like the doors open 180 degrees, or actually more than 180 degrees, because they fold all the way back against the door, against the sides of the enclosure to get everything completely out of the way and stuff like that. So I mean, but
that is like,
I think in this day and age, especially for something like that you're doing a Kickstarter for, I think you need YouTube videos and be able to show people how to use it or whatever, or unless they were going to send it out to somebody to do a review on or whatever.
There you go.
But they don't even, there's none of those out there on it either. So
you should, I was going to say, give them a holler.
Well, I mean, it's just, it's kind of like, well, are you guys going to be able to? I mean, they've got 50 something days, 52 days left or something like that of the Kickstarter. So, I mean, hopefully they make it, but I don't know. I think it'll probably end up being a learning process for them as far as in what they could do differently next time. But I don't know. It's a pretty cool product, though. I liked it. And all three of the guys, the VAT, it's their three last initials of the three guys that are the company. I guess they started the company earlier this year, and they're all mechanical engineers and all that stuff. So, pretty smart guys. So, but yeah, I think they need to get a few of these out there in the wild, and get some videos out there because, 3D printer people, they're all watching YouTube. So I think they need to see something out there. But anyway, yeah, so it was pretty cool though. All right, well, moving on here. We'll move on to something sweet.
We do have a couple questions.
Oh, we do? Okay, all right, let's go back to the questions here. Let's see what we got. Here we go. Are the printies noisy when they run? I just came into the chat. Silver Horse, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. Really, it's not even the machine itself that's noisy, it's the fans. They have they have a part cooling fan. There's a fan in the power supply. That one's usually pretty quiet. But they also have a fan on the extruder usually, and also a part cooling fan because you got to cool the plastic down as it extrudes. So, like I can tell you, that one's loud. That is a loud fan on that machine. On my Ender 3, it's not loud at all. You can be in the room. I've been on the show here printing with it. It's pretty quiet, but I'll kick it on, and you'll probably be able to hear it when it goes. It'll take a minute. It does make a nice sound when it starts up.
That's fun.
Yeah.
On mine, the loudest thing is the drivers for the stepper motors.
I think I got you beat. Mine's every time I have a fail, it gets loud. No.
yeah, they can.
No, I think I'm louder than the machine at that point.
I just pick the file for it to go. So it heats up really nice and all that, but once it gets to this after it does the second layer, that main fan kicks on, and it's.
Now, do you know if it's a 24 or 12?
Can you hear that fan now?
Not bad.
Oh, well, yeah, well, it's pretty loud. Compared to maybe the microphone just isn't picking it up, but it kicked on. And it's yeah.
Belts are pretty quiet too.
It's blowing a lot of air, but it is pretty loud for how the size of the fan and all that. But whatever. I wouldn't want it in my bedroom printing or something like that. My kid's not going to want that printing at night. So, but yeah. Let's see here. What else did we have? What's Al talking about here? Anybody have a link to a website that has mechanical machines? I don't know if that's what they're called, but similar to a gear size calculator or Box's Pi, but help design a mechanical
engine.
AI. I wonder if AI has gotten to the point where you can use it for that.
I don't know. That'd be smart to the gear. I don't know, Al. Somebody might have to chime in there on that. I don't know if that's out there or not. Haven't thought or heard of one right offhand, but let's see here. Um, There we go. All right. So it looks like we're caught back up here. So anyway, so all right, let's go on to something sweet. This little there you go. Cocoa Press.
See? I see.
So, there it is. Check this thing out. This thing is so cool. It prints chocolate. You can order it now. It's they just started doing the pre-orders for it. In the description there, I put a what is it, interview that Mandic really did with I forget what their name is. I'm blanking on what the young lady's name is that has created this thing, and this is like the 7th or 8th version of this machine that she's made. So it's a pretty. I guess this is the closest thing to being the finished product that she has so far, but it's pretty neat. They were there and they were creating all kinds of little chocolate candies and stuff like that throughout the weekend and stuff. And you can actually make they had like the big thing in 3D printing is to print a Benchy, which is a boat. and,
Right.
and the Benchy, it's kind of, people use it as a hallmark for quality of printer because of it has overhangs and retraction and stuff like that. And anyway, she was able to print one out with this machine. It's pretty cool how it's all set up. I guess overall, I mean, the build plate on it's like 6x6. You can also go like 6 inches tall with it too. But the main thing that you're limited to is the amount of chocolate that you can use, because as you can see, there's no spool of chocolate that you put on it like you would a filament. So that's what that tall canister is that's in there. It actually has like a slug of chocolate that fits down into there. So you're more limited on the amount due to that than anything else. So you could either go wide and flat, or you could do something tall or something like that. But there's some other pretty cool stuff that they printed out with it. You can go to their website and you can actually pre-order it. They've got it for excuse me. I think it's $14.99. I think is what the price was for it. I might be off on that by $100 here or there, but pretty cool. They really were focusing on the ease of usability for it, because she wants it to go to chocolatiers, people that make chocolate, or bakeries or whatever that could, if it's got to be something hard for them to actually use, they're not going to use it and they're not going to buy it. So she's, I guess, spent a lot of time working on the interface of being real simple to use. So it's pretty awesome, though. Pretty cool. I thought
The bonus though is you can eat your failures.
Yeah, right. Yeah. When you have a layer shift, you're like, yes, I get chocolate.
I'm ready for that one.
Now we need to pause so that I can put peanut butter in there. We need to print a Reese cup. That'd be pretty cool.
Extra large.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Did you say it was $1,400?
I think that's what I saw on her website that's what they're selling them for right now. And it's kind of cool because up until now they haven't been available. Like, I mean, within the last couple months, I think is when they've actually started saying, okay, this is going to be our production version or something.
Oh, cool.
So, but pretty neat.
There's been a few chocolate printers out there off and on throughout the years.
Yeah, pretty cool. So, another product that I saw there was a spool stack from Vertical. I have it here. Vertical TX. You can't really see it, So they have two different versions of this thing. They have the 24 and a 40. And so in the 24 and 40 means how many spools that it'll hold. And so, I mean, a nice piece of furniture. So here's what it looks like with some filament rolls on. This is the 24. So it's like has its own little lazy Susan. So it'll spin around and give you good storage capabilities for it. A nice piece of furniture. I mean, really, it looked really well built and put together there. Here it is without anything on it. The thing that gets me on this thing is the price. Paul, I want you to tell me how much this thing is.
For the small one or the big one?
For the small one.
For the small one, $200.
How much?
$200.
No, you're low, sir.
Low?
$350.
You're low still.
$400.
$350?
Still low.
No.
5 bills.
I believe it was $439.
No kidding.
Yeah. The big one was still in the fours. I want to say it was like 470 or something like that. But yeah, it was like, man, it was such a nice product for, especially like if you are renting a place and you don't, you can't hang crap up on the walls and you're really into 3D printing and you've got lots of spools of stuff and you want something nice to put it on because people can see it. It's out and it's in the space. But they're shipping like in November. I think their site said like November 15th. But man, I think that's going to be kind of a tough one too. I mean, it's such a cool thought and product design and everything, but personally, I don't know if it's really worth $400 and something. I mean,
not to me.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just buy a tub and put him in the tub.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put Diskin in the tub.
Yeah, that's another thing is you'd have to have a cover on it or something to keep the moisture away from wicking into the filament.
Well, yeah, and they also on their site they also have a wheel, like a dolly, I guess you can put on the bottom, and it by itself was $80. I was like, come on, man, it's a piece of plywood, painted plywood with 4 wheels on it. Like, how is that $80?
Oh, aluminum's expensive anymore, isn't it?
I
don't know. I was really excited about this. I didn't know how much it was when they were there and stuff like that. But when I looked up the website, I was flabbergasted by how much that thing was going to cost. I mean, man, it really made me mad. Well, upset with that it wasn't going to be more of a viable product. But I mean, hopefully they'll sell some. Hopefully they prove me wrong on that. But I don't know. But
it's a clever way of storing filament.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure it looks really nice too, especially like with the different colored filaments on it and stuff like that. It looks like a piece of furniture. But
my fear would be the dirt, the dust. If you don't, you'd have to bag every one.
Yeah, or something.
Especially
I don't know if you could bag
them
with it on there because there's not much room. I think they'd fall off because you see in this picture how close they are to the edges with the spools even being empty. So I don't know if you could really bag them up. I think you'd have to have them open air.
Put a garbage bag over the whole thing.
Yeah, you might have to, and then you're hiding your $400 spool holder.
Yeah, that's what I got in this bag over here.
Yeah, I got this really
nice piece of furniture.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's almost a challenge. It's like, let's see, how hard would it be to design something like that and toss it together?
I don't think it'd be too bad.
No.
But it made me sad when I saw how much that thing was. But oh well, it is what it is. Good luck to them. Hopefully they get it. So, good stuff. All right. Well, moving on here. This one I don't have a slide for or anything, but I do have the card. You still can't see it. Anyway, this company was really cool. I thought this was these people should be doing really well, especially with in today's day and age. The company's name is Non-Scriptum, and their site and all that I put down in the description for anybody that wants to check it out. These guys, they started out doing books on 3D printing, how to troubleshoot 3D prints, doing metal 3D printing, how, like, all that stuff. But then they got into stuff for kids, and they do math with 3D printing. So, like, they will show you, there's all kinds of stuff in there on Newton's law, or they have there's a little video that I put down there in the description too. It's like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes long, and they show a couple things in there. But the one thing was, it was an airplane wing. And so what you do is, in math or in science or math or whatever, you put it on a scale, and then you blow a fan at it, and you can determine how much lift the wings have based on their design, because of course it's going to then weigh less because it's lifting off of the scale. Stuff like that. They had different things on their table for teaching, like trigonometry and all, like in geometry and calculus and all this other stuff that would be visual representations of the concepts of what you're trying to learn about. And I thought that was really cool. And
what was the name of the site again?
What was that?
What was the name of the site again? Or the
Non-Scriptum. NONSCRIPTUM. And like I said, their link is down there in the description and all that, if you guys anybody wants to check them out. But I'm actually giving this one to my kids' school because, one, they have some 3D printers there at the school, and I think, well, there's multiple classes that would be good for use on, the 3D printing class and also math and all this other stuff. So I thought that would be a pretty neat way to get kids interested in it and learn. So pretty cool. Most educational thing that I saw. Much more educational than
you got a screen share there
than this thing. But we'll talk about that in a second. Here we go. Oh yeah, there you go. So yeah, see, they started doing books on it and stuff, and the stuff they had on their table, it was really cool on showing different methods or different lessons to be able to teach. So
non-period.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So give that thing a check out and see what you think about it. Thought it was pretty neat. So so one of the other tables that we went to was Fabrico. So Fabrico makes the big high-end printers that people assemble. Some of them are called Voron or RepRat or RatRig. I'm sorry. There's another one called a Rook, stuff like that. It's like pure customized 3D printers for these people. So these guys actually make kits to build these things. So you can get the extrusions and the hot ends and all that stuff. Like, they'll send you all the stuff, and then you 3D print out the parts that you need and put the thing together. And they have filament that they sell, stuff like that. But the one thing that they had at their table was this guy. They actually had several. And so that's that one in particular is called the Lynx, and it's a 3D printed Nerf gun.
Hmm.
And this is not a Nerf gun that you would buy in the store. This thing is nuts. This thing will shoot one of those Nerf darts at 200 feet a second.
Wow.
It goes. Yeah, and I guess you can. So that's something else that these guys at Fabrico do is they can sell you a kit for all the non-printed parts in here, like the spring and I guess the clear tube or whatever else, the muzzle, stuff like that. Or the barrel rather. That isn't 3D printed for this, and I guess it comes with the screws and stuff too. But they had a couple different versions of the Nerf guns there, and man, that was pretty sweet. My son was like holding one up, and he's like, "Wow, this is cool," and the guy let him cock it and shoot it without having any darts in there. And my son's eyes got huge. He was like, "Whoa!" Because it really had a whole lot of kick compared to his little Nerf guns that he has here at the house. So I'm waiting for him to
Pain that can be inflicted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So so the cool thing is that the files for this are free. So, and then you just go buy so you can print it out in whatever colors and all that you want. It's got I forget it was Sipex
Picatinny
rails. So you can put sights and stuff on them. I mean, you can do
the
it.
Weaver rail.
Yeah. And so it's pretty slick. But that was the first one that he had there that he picked up and was liking, and then they had a couple of different other ones too. But yeah, Fabrico evidently sells the kits to make them, so I thought that was pretty awesome. I want to build one.
How much is the kit?
It wasn't bad. I mean, they're like $70 or something like that. But I mean, it's not a standard Nerf gun. I mean,
No.
it's a
Yeah.
I mean, it's
a
a Nerf
Nerf
gun. It's gonna come get you. So it's pretty neat though. I guess it's a huge community doing the adults with Nerf guns. I guess the video that I put in the description, I enjoyed that young man. At one point, I just keep remembering, he goes, "Oh, that buttery smooth." I don't even know what he was talking about with that part, but just that he referred to it as being buttery smooth. It's stuck in my brain. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. You can see him. He's like shooting the door. I guess it looks like it's probably at his parents' house. Pretty funny though. But yeah, if you need a couple minutes to laugh and enjoy life, watch that young man's living the life right now. Oh yeah. So Jerry got his Fabrico. That's where he got his rat rig kit from. So Jerry's familiar with them. So, and that printer that Jerry has is monster. That thing's huge. So very cool. Let's see here. What else do we have? I guess the last thing I want to talk about from that 3D printing thing was the Recreator 3D. So here's a picture of what these things look like. So what this is this used to be an Ender 3 3D printer. And what it is now is it takes the plastic bottles, like soda bottles, and turns it into filament. So it's a completely I guess it's like an open source design on it and stuff like that. So you can get the files and you can print it out, and you can turn your an Ender 3 that you don't want anymore into a filament machine.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Like you can see right in the middle there's the hot end for the Ender 3. It's sitting
Yep.
there. You know, the power supply and all that's in the inside. I mean, they even use the screen. It's and from what I was looking at, there was a. What did I put? Which one did I put in there? I think I put the video for from them actually putting one together. But the guy from CNC Kitchen, Stefan, just put out a video a couple weeks ago on him building one and what his thoughts and all that on it were, and it's pretty neat. They had all kinds of stuff there that they were printing out with it, or with the filament that they had done. But it basically will, cut it. You put a bottle on that one end, on that one side, and it cuts it and strips along and puts it through the hot end and all that. It's a PET filament, so it's not PET G, like what's most common filament for printing, but it's PET plastic. And it prints really nice. Like they had all kinds of examples of it being used there. This kind of makes this little tchotchke pretty interesting. So this is a key ring that they were giving out there, and then the irony of it having a bottle cap on it from a bottle that it was made with. This little keychain, it opens up and there's like room in there. So like,
how slick.
Yeah, so if you had like Tylenol or something that you needed to put in there, you could put that in there. You could probably put your pot in there, but maybe not. Put your stash in there. I don't do any of that stuff. So
Not in my state.
Yeah, it's legal in Maryland now. Yeah, so it's pretty cool that this little guy here is printed out, and I didn't confirm it with them, but I would imagine this was done with bottle, maybe not though. Something else though. So I just pulled out this little green piece of paper out from inside here, and what they were doing is when you got if you picked one of these up and it had the green paper inside of it, they gave you a sheet that you put on your build plate. They give you a sample of it. It's like, I don't know, like a 4x6 sample of it. And the back of this, you can't see it on the video, unfortunately, but I can from here. It adds a design to the print bottom.
Oh, cool.
So instead of like the textured build plate type stuff, it has like swirls or something like that underneath there that the texture really
That's fun.
pretty cool. Yeah, so they RJ got one of those, so we'll probably stick it to the bottom of that one on the smooth side and try it out. But it looks really neat because it's like those areas are very shiny, and then the spot that don't have the design is matte. So pretty cool though, very cool. But I thought that was pretty fun. So besides those, I wanted to do an update on the 3D Print General. So we were talking about him last week because just as an update on everything, the story starts out basically a couple months back, and he had hit 100,000 subscribers, and he sent a thing into YouTube saying, "Hey,
Oh yeah,
I hit my 100,000 subscribers. Can you send me my plaque?" They evidently said, "We're not going to send you a plaque because now you have a strike on your account because of a video that had guns in it." And I guess they took it as it was showing how to make guns or something. Not quite sure. He doesn't have any real answers to any of what has transpired. So since then, a couple days ago, like a week and a half or so ago now, they demonetized this whole channel. And then, so he went, and I mean, that's how he feeds his family. He's getting married in like 3 weeks, and all that, and so he was like, well, I'm not messing around with being the bad guy on here. I'm taking anything down that has anything to do with guns. I'm a 3D printing guy. That's all. We're doing reviews and stuff like that. But he would have like a lower receiver or something like that he would print out as a test print, which is fine. It's not the firing portion of the weapon and all that stuff, but somebody didn't like it, so they demonetized him. So last week, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, he put out a video saying, hey, they've demonetized me. And, thankfully, I think it was Polymaker saw the value in him as a creator. And they said, hey, we'll sponsor you for however much you're losing because of not being monetized on YouTube anymore. And so he did a video on, hey, I'm not playing the game. I'm not going to fight anything. Let's just move forward. The next day, they completely wiped out his channel, and they wiped out 3 other channels of like his father's channel that he was just on at one point, I think, and his friend's channel that they had already moved all the gun stuff to that channel under a whole different email address, different IP address and all that stuff, because it was his friend's channel, not his. They wiped that one out. I mean, they went to town and just scorched earth everything. So I don't know what the problem is there, but so he's now on Rumble, which is another video platform. And so he just put out a video about his status of the world for him, and giving an idea of just how much money this is costing him at this point, because he's the breadwinner of the family. His job is to make YouTube videos about 3D printing, and now he can't do that. And such. So he's over on Rumble now. And I signed up for Rumble. I don't know anything about it. But I just signed up for it a couple hours ago. So there's no videos or anything on there, but maybe we'll start adding that as a stream destination too. I don't know. Whatever. We'll check it out and see. It looks interesting. I guess there's a lot of political videos on that service, but I think it's starting to grow and become more than that.
A little more freedom of speech and not so controlling over the people.
Yeah. So, but pretty interesting. So if anybody's interested in going to check him out, the video of him talking about YouTube deleting his channel is there in the description, and also a link to his website. So make sure you go give him a follow. He had 100. When I saw it right before his channel got taken down, he had 122,000 subscribers on his channel, and I think he's at 2,500 or something like that over on Rumble right now. So, go over there and give him a like and a follow, and at least his videos are good. If you don't go over there for anything else, go there for his video, get notified of his stuff and watch it. So pretty cool.
And then while everyone is here, give a thumbs up and a like. And if you're not subscribed, hit that button.
Oh yeah, appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely does help out. So we're trying to make this thing go and do a lot here. So if anybody has any thoughts or suggestions, do you like the way that we're doing this now? with bringing up the overlays on pictures and stuff instead of just talking about it. Let me know what you'd like to see, what we think we might be able to do to make the show better. So it should be good. Should be good.
Got a
Well,
question here.
oh, what do we got? What do we got? Got a new toolbox. Oh, and the Kaizen foam coming for some of the drawers. Nice. Want to take pictures of the tools and use that picture to create a Vectric file to do cutouts. What's the best way?
Laser.
Well, yeah, laser. There's now if you would have, JR, if you would have gotten the Shaper Trace that we talked about a couple months ago, you'd be all right. Now, but really, what you can do is you can just trace them on a piece of paper, with a marker or something like that, and then you can convert that and import it into Vectric, and do a trace on that, and that should be, and maybe put something in there that a known distance of, I don't know, if this connector is an inch long and that, put that in make a mark that is a known distance so you can size it properly, and you should be good to go. Should be good to go. So, what else do we have? Do we have any other thoughts in there?
Someone's asking if you could do some projects.
Oh yeah, live demo of a project. I think that was a big draw with Dave G. Yeah, Mr. Gatton was good on that. So we do possibly have some an unboxing thing coming in here pretty soon, and we can do some other project stuff too. Yeah, definitely. So laser no good thing. So yeah, keep on tuning in on that, and we'll see what we can do and get some good stuff going. In the meantime, I mean, I do have the old K40 up here. We can do something with that. Maybe we can do some Christmas ornaments or something like that. Some kind of a live thingy and do something fun. So good stuff. All right. Anybody else got anything out there? Any I see we got something started here. What do we got? Oh, that's JR's question. There we go. Good deal. Well, Mr. Sean, do you have anything else you want to talk about tonight, buddy?
Not too much tonight. I've got a few things. Oh, went to the doctor. I mean, we all do. And of course, I guess I've hit that time where some numbers are high and they want to take an air hose and put it someplace and blow me up like a balloon. I didn't know they did that, but
that's why I'm so
glad. Never got rid of that air.
I don't know. It's kind of
that's a tough one to follow. That's
yeah.
So I've had that sitting on my mind, but other than that, I think I'm just going to take it easy for a week.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, get out there, get the plug on, and it'll be all good. It'll definitely be all good. No. And if not, at least you caught it now instead of waiting to do it later.
Amen.
Yeah. I have to start doing all that stuff here. I really need to start doing it now because it's become a history in my family. So my dad's had throat and stomach cancer, and then my uncle has, I don't know, he's got some sort of jacked up insides. I've had my grandfather and all that, they bladder cancer and some other stuff. So, and it was all seeming, they were 50, 60 when they started hearing about stuff. So it's definitely time to start getting that stuff checked out.
Get ahead of it.
I hate to brag, but I'm almost at the age where I don't have to get those tests anymore. they probably figure that by the time it gets worse, I'd be gone anyway. So
Yeah, yeah. But Paul's at the fuck it stage. my
Oh,
my
Lordy.
wife's grandfather that lives with us the other day, he turned 91, and so we had a little had a cake for him and all that good stuff. And he turned to me earlier in the day. He goes, you know, I think I'm older than anybody else that has been in my family. I was like, oh yeah. He's like, yeah, my mom died when she was 89, and this person died. He went on for like 5 minutes about all these other people that already died. And I said, all right, well, you might. I said something not nice about somebody that recently passed away. I was like, well, you beat that one too. He's like, damn right I did. It's pretty
Oh,
funny.
Lordy.
Has Dave been doing the laser shows on Wednesdays? Not that I've seen. I know it's been pretty hot down there in Georgia, so I think he had a big. He didn't want to get out there when it could be too humid for the machine.
Yeah.
So hopefully here pretty soon he'll get back in there and get some cutting done. Yeah, he did put out a.
I saw that.
The video of the update on the teardrop square drop, and man, it's looking good.
it
It's looking real good. I can't wait to see it out on the road. So
Jax and Dave are going to be chilling out there,
yeah,
having fun.
oh yeah. I
don't know. From
I'm
my
at
understanding, it's going to be harsh on Dave's. But I missed it.
That's awesome, Richard. Good job.
Oh,
Yeah, well, so this solar job that I've been working on that's been forever. It's at the memorials place for a funeral home. So like where they do the headstones and all that. And I was actually I'm going to talk to the one guy that does the headstones themselves because they have a CNC that does the sandblasting of the stuff. It doesn't really do any of the designs. Like it's kind of disappointing because it doesn't like just run around and just blast it or whatever, the lettering or whatever. Like they put a stencil down and it just goes back and forth. But still it's a CNC type thing. Yeah, like sitting out there working and you see all these headstones everywhere. And it's like, oh, that one lasted a long time. Well, she doesn't have her name on that one yet. Oh, okay. She's like, with the dual plot thing. No, but man, yeah, I guess there's only one thing in life for certain, and it's that. So make it last, push it off as long as you can. So good times. But, all right. Well, I guess we'll get out of here. We'll everybody have a good weekend, and well, I mean, tomorrow you don't have to watch the Redskins get demolished again by a team that hasn't lost or hasn't won in 14 games again. So you get to wait until next week and get to see some fun stuff in the meantime. So
thanks for the comment, JR.
Oh yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, good results. Good results. All right. Well, everybody, I hope you have a good weekend, and we're going to jump out of here, and we'll see you next week for number 18. So peace out, sauerkraut. Have a good one.